Hello, everyone. Welcome to Beyond the Bulls, the official podcast of Buffalo women's basketball. This is Coach Brooks, and I am here with Buffalo native number 4 grad transfer Lonnie Cornfield.
Woo! Happy to be here.
Alrighty, well, just to start out, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Um, yeah, I mean, nothing much. I've been here since third grade. Moved around a lot. This is home. Live on the reservation. I don't know. I'm not really good at answering that
Okay,
question.
well,
I
I'll
just
ask you
hate
some
that
questions
question.
then, okay? So obviously being a Buffalo native, what is it like being home the last few months?
Honestly, like I've absolutely loved it, enjoyed it. Cause I've been home. I mean, I haven't been home for about 5 years now, and I have like 6 nieces and nephews who are all in the age of like 2 to 6, and so those years of them going, I wasn't there,
Right.
and so finally being able to like go to whatever they got going on, or just be there for them to grow up and have them remember me or know who I am. Awesome. My sister's always at my place. She's my best friend, so I'm always with her. Family right down the road. It's awesome. I absolutely am 1,000% okay with the decision I made.
Good. I'm happy to hear that. You say that you kind of moved around a lot, and we both know your journey to kind of get to playing Division One is unique, right? So just like tell us a little bit about your journey and where you went and how did you eventually get to play Division One basketball?
Yeah, so I'm obviously pretty short. So I mean, and like my sister is a freak athlete. We're twins, so growing up, in high school and whatnot, like we were both in the papers, yada yada. But I mean, she was on varsity before I was, and like she was just, everybody knew who she was and yada yada. And like I was her biggest fan. Like I was right there with them. But it was just one of those things. Like I would just had to be that one to work 2 times harder. I wasn't. She's taller than me. I wasn't like naturally gifted with all this athleticism and talent, whatever, to be like her. But I mean, I know that I wanted to play Division One basketball, and I knew what it took to get there. But we ended up having to play on different AAU teams for a summer, and like that was super hard on my parents. So I had to leave my one organization to go to a different organization for my sister to be able to play with us, and we weren't really getting any motion for colleges. We ended up going prep school for our senior year. Nothing really happened out of that. Had zero D1 offers out of high school. Went JUCO, won the national championship there. Then stayed there for 2 years, and I finally got an offer at Southern Miss, and then now I'm here.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
It just goes to show everybody's process and journey is so different, and there's no right or wrong way to get there, and you just kind of take it, you embrace it, and see what happens. And I can definitely vouch for Shawnee being a freak athlete, as she plays at my alma mater at Buff State, and with myself being the head coach at Cortland, played against her for a few years, and she is a heck of an athlete.
Yeah,
That is for sure. So you talk about being at Southern Miss, and you got to play technically 3 seasons with them. Was it, or 2 seasons?
2.
2 seasons with them. And then we know with the Sun Belt Challenge, we get our matchups for that first game very early, and then the second matchup, comes later in the season. So talk to me a little bit about like what was your feeling when you saw that you were matched up versus Buffalo, and you had a chance to go home your last season and play in front of family and friends.
It's so funny because I remember like even when the SBC and MAC challenge even became a thing, like my coaches at Southern Miss, they kept talking about how like we might play Buffalo, we might play Buffalo, blah, blah, and like obviously my family and I, like, we're fingers across, like
Right.
I want to go because they probably go to about 3 games a year,
Yeah.
being down the South for however long I've been down there. So um it was just one of those things where like had to just keep hoping, like kind of push our luck, and we got it. And honestly, like we were stoked, and that you were there, like the atmosphere, the support that I had, like that was everything I needed to know, like
Yeah.
I wanted to come closer to home.
Yeah, yeah. So did that game, I have to ask, like, did that trigger you in the fact of, I have 1 year left of eligibility. Do I stay here or do I go somewhere? Like, did that trigger that thought?
Honestly, no, like, and it's like it's so crazy because like how it all went down. Because after the game, like I came out to the court when the floor was empty to find all my friends and family, whoever.
Right.
And that's when I passed. I like had walked by Coach James and like his aunt or somebody, I don't know.
Right.
But I didn't know who they were, so I wasn't even minding no business. But
Right.
I was wearing our Seneca Nation shirt,
Okay.
our flag, whatever that we were wearing, and the one lady or his aunt or somebody had stopped me and she was like, "Hey, like we have that up here or whatever," and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm from here." She's like, "Oh, that makes so
Right.
much sense." Blah blah. I'm like, "Yeah," and she was like, "How come you didn't come here?" And I was like, "I tried to," and that was just kind of it. And I guess Coach
Right.
James heard that and like, but I don't know, like I never even put it into perspective. Like I know I wanted to go closer to home, but honestly, it was one of those things where it's like, I was just kind of comfortable at Southern Miss. So as much as I
Right.
would wanted to go closer to home, I didn't have that security of like I know I can go closer to home.
Right. Right.
But my family and I, like we spent a lot of time talking about it, and I know that I wanted them around. I wanted them to, be at my game because I was in the South for 4 years,
Right.
and so it's all they could do is try to catch flights instead of just take a drive. So I mean,
Right. Right. So obviously, transfer portal opens up, day one, and we are on it. We are waiting for Lonnie's name to pop in there so we can have contact. So, talk to us a little just about like that first initial phone call with Coach Burke. When your phone rang, you
yeah,
potentially saw Buffalo, New York. Like, what ran through your head?
yeah. So you know, Burke has the energy, and I it was one of the things like I knew like they were number one. I mean, how is your home not number one, right?
Right.
But it was one of those things like I let her know that Buffalo's my top option, but I still want to keep my options open. And
Absolutely.
I knew like after that phone call, because she was my first phone call. After that phone call, I was talking to all the other schools, yada yada, and like every conversation, everything, like I would tell them like what they would say was sounded cool, whatever. But I knew like I'm going to Buffalo, like
Right. Right.
like I'm going to Buffalo, and like I wanted to hear all these people out, but it was just like I'm telling my parents like Buffalo's, but I'm going to Buffalo.
Right. Home is home.
Yeah.
So, like, just, obviously you knew that. So, what does it mean now for you to get to wear Buffalo across your chest day in and day out?
Yeah, I mean, I truly believe and I stand on that everything happens for a reason, and I truly believe that the journey getting here and like just kind of like the full circle, because it's so funny because after the UB game when we played you guys,
Mm-hmm.
um I had I went with my sister after the game. And, I was with some friends, whatever, and one of my friends had asked me, she was like, "Does this feel like a full circle moment to you or whatever?" And I was like, honestly, like not really. I was like, it probably would have been full circle if I was playing here or something, but I'm like not really, whatever.
Right.
And it's crazy, like now I'm
Now
here,
you're
like
here.
now, so it
Now
kind
you're
of
living
does
it.
feel circle, like feel full circle,
Right.
but I love it. Like I don't know, I'm happy to be here.
Yeah. Well, I'm truly excited for you in the fact of,
Yeah,
with coaching, it's taken me away from my family and friends and, living in different states and everything. And then when you get to literally, play in front of them night in and night out, it
yeah,
makes things so much better,
for sure,
and to be able to represent Buffalo, a place that we were raised and means so much to us, you take that much more pride in it.
for sure.
So, well, all good stuff. So obviously, I think people have a feel of where you're from, and then position-wise, talk to us a little bit about your position that you play for us, and maybe some things that you're going to bring to the program as a veteran leader, that you're looking forward to doing for the team throughout the season.
Yeah, so I'm a point guard. Um, been a point guard my whole life. Probably would have been different had my height changed, but um, I love it. I love being a point guard. I believe that my IQ is very high. Um, I know I watch a lot of basketball. I love playing basketball. It was just I don't know, like it's just one of those things. Like I don't see it as something that I have to do. Like I enjoy it. Um, I like helping others if they have a question about it or whatever. But I truly believe that I can help this team get to where we want to get to where we want to be. I believe we have all the pieces that we need to do so, and I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I'm still trying to figure out and navigate my relationship with the girls and whatnot. But I think we're on the right track, and I think that me as well as the other leaders are going to be able to get us to where we want to go.
Okay. Awesome. Do you think you talk about your IQ and, your ability to see the game and maybe even like help coach your teammates? Do we think coaching is maybe in your future?
Man, I always get asked that question. I do think I would be a good coach. I
Okay.
believe that.
Okay.
Don't know if I want to do it.
Okay.
It's,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to do it. Just who I am as personality. Like, it's just a
Okay.
lot.
Well, you never know.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get through the year and kind of see what happens.
Yeah.
Who is your role model?
My mother. My mother's my role model. I looked up to her my whole life. She was superwoman in my eyes growing up, and I just wanted to be her. I wanted to do everything like her. Like, she was her.
Yeah. Amazing. What is your favorite thing to do outside of basketball?
Favorite thing to do outside of basketball? Listen to music.
Who's the go-to right now? Like, if you turn on your phone, who's being played?
I don't have a go-to artist, but probably like a song. I don't know. Probably like 90s R&B by Don Tripp or something, or like
Okay.
yeah, or Put It On Me by Ja Rule.
That's a classic. That is a classic. So back to basketball, just like how do you feel? We are actually in week 5,
Yeah,
which is
something like
crazy
that.
to think about. How do you feel that like workouts have been going?
Great. Yeah, no, actually, I look forward to practice every day.
Okay.
I enjoy it. I have a great time at practice. I love to compete. But I think honestly, I think we're doing good. Obviously, Burke has high standards and expectations of whoever. But I mean, even with as many young people as we have, and as many and not as many upperclassmen as we have, like I think we're doing a great job, and I think we're definitely moving in the right direction. But I love it. I mean, I love the intensity. I'm super detail oriented, and so I'm okay with Burke being that way as well.
Right.
So I think it's needed, especially coming from a coach that is seasoned and has for years, and then coming to a coach that is still kind of on her toes, and like everything is
Right.
important. I think that's kind of what I needed, and I liked about what we got going on here. And so I truly believe that it's funny because Coach E was just telling me how she was talking to one of my other coaches at one of her recruiting trips or whatever, and like how they're talking about me and yada yada, and I started talking to that coach, just catching up, and I was like, yeah, like I truly believe we can be really, really good, and I think Bert can get us there, and I believe that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And it's hard to see, especially when you may be new to a program or whether you're a transfer, whether you're a freshman, like of the details,
Yeah.
like you don't know how important they are until you're in it. And I think as the season kind of evolves, like now you're like, oh, now I remember that.
Oh, yeah, for
like
sure.
that's why coach was like that.
Yeah.
So, do you have like a favorite drill or anything that we do in practice? Or
I just wait for the live.
just wait for the live.
But
ready
I
to
mean,
go?
but I love defense. Like I don't even
Right.
care about that. I love defense. But
Yeah.
I just everything defensively that has it has to do with 5 people in the
the
rotations.
team.
That's
yeah.
the funnest part.
Awesome. For sure. Any funny or proud moments you've shared so far with the team this summer?
Probably slipping in practice. Right after Lex yesterday when we had practice at Park,
Oh, I was,
know,
I was on the road
man,
recruiting.
gym was so hot, man.
Okay.
Gym was so hot. We're getting after it. Lex ends up getting on the floor. She does like a whole like penguin slide like on
Oh,
the
geez.
court, and I'm like, yeah, Lex.
Right.
I slipped right after her.
right
like,
after. Oh,
so,
my goodness.
So funny, but that's probably the one that literally just happened the other day.
Right.
Like, that was pretty funny.
That's funny. I'm mad I missed it.
Yeah.
And then, just talk to us a little bit, maybe like what are you most excited for this season? Going into November when season starts, what are you most excited for?
I'm excited, I guess, to just see what the MAC is about.
Okay.
Seeing how that goes and how we operate in that. But I'm excited for my family to be able to watch me play. That's really what I'm excited for.
Absolutely.
Super excited for the games. I honestly think when we were doing the practice questions for the media day,
Yeah.
she talking about what should the fans expect? You should expect a movie, a show.
Okay.
I think we're gonna have a fun time on the court. I think it's gonna be a great time, and I'm excited.
Okay, awesome. Well, you beat me to one of my questions of what can the fans expect.
Yeah.
So there's your answer for that.
Yeah.
Before I go rapid fire, this is the most important question I'm going to ask. How are you feeling about the Buffalo Bills this year?
I don't care. We're gonna win. Super Bowl is calling our name. I don't
Okay.
care. I love the Bills. Go Bills. We were just at the Bison's game last night.
Right.
I'm like, go Bills. Blah blah.
Yeah.
Coach James hating on it.
Of
I'm
course.
like, Coach Jacey know what's up.
That's right.
She's not here, but go Bills.
Absolutely. I can't wait.
We got it.
Preseason games in a couple of weeks, and yeah, take it week by week.
Let's
but
go.
I am excited.
Yeah.
So, okay, well, we're gonna finish off with some rapid fire.
All right.
Okay. How would you describe Coach Burke in one word?
On business.
Okay.
2 words.
Favorite color?
Turquoise.
Favorite pregame meal?
I don't have one. Probably spaghetti or something.
Okay, some pasta.
Yeah.
Favorite thing about Buffalo?
It's home.
Favorite pregame song?
Oh, I don't really have a favorite pregame song, but the one that probably had the most replays was Regulate, Warren G.
Wow, that's another. I used to roller skate to that song.
Nice. Yeah, good roller skating song.
Finish the sentence. Make it what?
4.
That's right. Favorite movie or TV show?
Probably Glory Road.
Favorite restaurant in Buffalo?
There's a pizza spot in Golden, New York. Small one called Maria's Pizzeria. That's the spot.
That's it?
Yeah.
I am a pizza lover, so I might have
Yeah.
to venture out that way.
Yeah.
Favorite holiday?
Christmas.
Funniest teammate?
Oh no, it's probably Chell or Jalen.
Okay.
Chell or Jalen.
Depending on the day, right?
Depending on the day.
Beach or mountains?
Mountains.
Favorite basketball player?
Kawhi Leonard.
What superpower would you pick?
Teleportation.
Best basketball memory?
Winning national championship. JUCO national championship.
And then I had already asked this, but one thing you're most excited about this season, if you just had to choose one?
I'm excited to make it 4. Let's go.
Okay. Well, thank you for joining us. Go
Yes.
Bulls.
Let's go.